Hello, welcome back to a new video. Today I am doing a 24-hour readathon. These are my favourite vlogs ever to watch and also a pretty nice thing to take part in. Some honesty, some transparency up in here right now. I've been feeling not great the past couple of days. I think just it comes in waves, and I know that's again probably quite a cliche thing to say, but it just totally does. There's some days where I just really don't mind being in lockdown that much. I live on my own, but I've formed a bubble with my partner, and he's just a couple of streets away, so it's kind of worked out that, you know, we both get our own space but we can see each other pretty much when we want. Obviously I miss my friends and everything, but you know, it's basically just been up and down, and the past couple of days have been really down. And I've just been overthinking things, and last night was one of those nights that you just stay awake for ages and ages just overthinking things. So this has come at a really good time actually. I want to just read for 24 hours and like that is my task. I don't need to think about anything else except reading. That's lovely. I love that. I'm doing this readathon with Kira and Sarah. They are two people that I've met on Instagram and YouTube, and that's another really nice thing is like the internet can be a really negative place where people just like to one-up each other and be better than each other, and all of these things is just so unnecessary when we're all going through such hard times. And I think the hard times make people almost sometimes more prone to being nasty, and I totally understand it because it's like you're miserable and so you just can't really put anything out there that's positive. But the book part of the internet is so positive and kind and just people being lovely to each other. And obviously I've never met Kira or Sarah, but from when we've chatted they're just the nicest people, and I've watched both of their videos. Both of their channels are just love and kindness and positivity, and it's just beautiful. I have my cup of tea and I am just going to tell you the things that I want to read for the next 24 hours. It starts now at 7 PM and it finishes tomorrow at 7 PM. So that's 24 hours to read however much we can. I'm definitely going to sleep for probably 7 to 8 hours. I'm definitely not going to read for the rest of the time, the whole time, because I don't have that kind of concentration or anything right now. As you might have seen from the title of this video, it is a Valentine's readathon because we're in the month of love and things don't feel that lovely right now. And if you are somebody that is celebrating Valentine's Day, not celebrating Valentine's Day, think it's a load of rubbish, whatever your thoughts and feelings on it are, there are lots of books that have the theme of love intertwined in them, and some of them are great and some of them are not. But we just thought it would be nice to have a 24-hour readathon dedicated to love kind of books. And so I thought I'd show you the things that I'm hoping to get to or read or even just look at for a while in the next 24 hours. The first one being Heartburn by Nora Ephron. Nora Ephron is also the author of When Harry Met Sally and something else really famous. What was it? Sleepless in Seattle, that was it. I've not read either of those books, but I'm about halfway through this, and the reason I wanted to include this was because I feel like I'm allowing it, because it is red and white, that's very Valentine's Day colours, and it says heart. Even though it says heartburn, it says heart, and so I'm going to include that because I also just really want to finish it so I have a book finished. I've not finished any books in February yet. Life. The next book I thought I would include as a self-love kind of book. This is called Good Vibes, Good Life, How Self-Love is the Key to Unlocking Your Greatness. I am quite harsh when it comes to self-love, self-care kind of books. I've read some as somebody that suffers with quite severe anxiety. I don't like reading books that are like just full of rubbish, that are just marketing, or I don't know, I don't want to get too deep into that, but sometimes you read books and they're not super helpful and you kind of feel like, was that just written for somebody to get money, or was that written to help people? I don't know, not going to get too much into that, but I've heard so many really nice things about this one, Good Vibes, Good Life. And the guy, Vex King, who wrote it, I think he is actually on YouTube and he does YouTube videos and stuff. So I thought I'd give this a go and give this a try, and this is on the theme of self-love. If you're not really in for the romances, I thought I'd add that in there. And then this one is History Is All You Left Me, and this isn't like a classic love story. Like, I don't think that people have really described this as being a super love story, but it definitely has romance in it because when I checked it on Goodreads it says romance in it, so I'm going to include it in this. The main reason I really want to read this is one of the characters has OCD and I also have OCD, and I just like to read books with characters with OCD or agoraphobia or anything that I've suffered with or talk about on this channel, because it's good to be able to recommend to you, and also I just like to know when it's written well, OCD and all these things, then it's beautiful and breaks my heart and warms my heart at the same time. And just reading about characters when it's done well that have those kinds of things is just like you're seen. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience when that happens. So I'm really hoping that happens with this one. I have my cup of tea. I have a massive bar of chocolate, Galaxy, Cookie Crumble, best chocolate ever. So I think I'm pretty much set. I'm going to be, for however long it takes me, reading the rest of Heartburn because I'm halfway through. I really don't have many pages left at all because it's quite a thin book. In fact, I'm probably more than halfway through, so this shouldn't take long at all. But then it's kind of like I'm kind of cheating and I've read a book really fast, even though I've not. I'm also on audiobook listening to Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, which is also not a love story but kind of a love story of a girl that gets ghosted from a guy who she was really falling for, and that things seem to be going really well. I'm about halfway through that as well. So I might listen to that at some point tomorrow or today if I can't be bothered physically reading anymore. But those are the books I am going to be reading. I'm going to leave Kira and Sarah's 24-hour readathon videos down below as well. I think they're going to be going up at the same time as mine, and I just love watching these videos. I think they are just so lovely to watch and so therapeutic. Martha, my kitten, is currently using her litter tray right now, which is why I can probably hear scratches. But she doesn't always go on the litter tray, so I'm very proud of you. Sometimes she shits on the floor, so it's nice to see you going in the litter tray. I honestly think lockdown has pushed me over the edge. Lockdown 3.0 has pushed me over the edge, 100%, no doubt about it, which is why I've been talking for 8 minutes and she's doing that thing where she buries her pee, so I'm going to go and read now. Okay, I have finished the first book, although not really because I was already halfway through it, but I have finished the first book. That is what I'm going to say to make myself feel better. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a very fun and funny read. I actually laughed out loud, which I don't often do. Oh lord, sorry about that. Not a very profesh setup here, but I was trying to make it the nice pretty books instead of my pants drying. But hey ho. Some people have to dry their pants, that's life. Yeah, I found it like a nice, fun, light kind of read. It was funny, there was bits that were relatable, there was bits that were I don't know, obviously not very relatable because this woman has a baby and is pregnant with a second baby and is married, and it's about marriage and her marriage, blah de blah. There were some bits of it that I was like, I don't know if I like that. I think that's maybe quite derogatory or something like that. This book was written a while ago, so maybe that's why. But for the most part, I did enjoy it, and so I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't particularly say you have to read this, oh my god, this is a must-have. But I would definitely say if you see it about and you want something light-hearted, then maybe pick it up. But I'm happy I finished my first book. Now we are moving on to Good Vibes, Good Life. I just started this just now. We're still on the introduction though. How does that work? I think the first part is like an epilogue or something, I don't know. But with books like this, like self-care-y, self-lovey kind of books, I like to kind of, not annotate it, but I like to highlight bits I liked. I don't know why, because I never go back to the bits that I liked and write them down or anything like that. Maybe it's just to ingrain it further into me. It's just a natural thing that I want to do. But I can't find any of my highlighters, So I'm using this paintbrush. It doesn't seem to stain the pages, so that's fine. So I don't know how long this will take me. It is kind of thick, but it's one of those books that it's quite wordy, but maybe I'll read it quicker because it's a self-care book. Maybe I'll read it slower. I don't know. I've realised I'm looking quite jewelleried up, and I'm not used to this. I don't usually have two different jewelleries on, so I'm going to take these off and I'm going to go and have a lovely bath because I am freezing. It is like in the minuses here in Scotland at the moment, I think. Maybe not. No, it's 3 degrees. But it's freezing and it's meant to snow all week. So we'll see if that happens. It rarely does happen, but I'm going to de-jewellerify and get in the bath. I'm going to have a Valentine's bath bomb. And all of this is making me feel a bit better already. Thank you for letting me vlog. It is the next day. Is it still the morning? It is. It's 11:30. I've just made myself my first coffee of the day and I put whipped cream in it instead of milk. So you could say it's already a very good day. I've never put whipped cream in a coffee before, I don't think, but I saw somebody else in a video on YouTube do this and I thought that looks bloody delicious. It is bloody delicious. I've been to the shop today. I did a fairly big shop. Whenever one of my parents goes to the shop, I tend to go with them because of my agoraphobia. I find it really difficult going shopping and stuff like that, and I don't have a car and I just need to be able to go with my parents at the moment because of anxiety and these kinds of things. And I try not to go to the little shops round about me just because I'd rather do one big shop at the moment with COVID and everything than lots of little shops. But came home and I was kind of annoyed because for this readathon I had ordered 2 books that I thought were kind of Valentine's-y or romance was a theme, and they didn't come and they just came today. Literally the most perfect timing. I remember one of the books and I don't remember the other book, so let's see. Okay, this is the book that I remember getting, which is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I've just seen loads of people talking about, and I've not read Daisy Jones and the Six, but this is the same author and it just looked really, really good and it looked very romancy. Oh, look at the bookmark. New year, naughty you. They know what we're doing. Okay, the next book. What is this? I forgot. It is, oh, that was the one, Call Me By Your Name. I never saw the film of this, but I've heard loads of amazing things about the film, so the book must be just as good if not better. So these new books have kind of thrown off my reading plans. I don't know what I'm going to read now. I think my plan is to just relax a little bit, maybe watch a bit of TV for a little while, and then I'm going to clean. I'm going to listen to my audiobook of Ghosts by Dolly Alderton while I'm cleaning, because as we know, oh Martha, what did you do? Because as we know, when we're not feeling good, when we're feeling kind of down and tired and just sad a little bit, then we tend to not have the energy to do things like cleaning. And so my flat is a little bit of a mess, and I just think it would be a better reading atmosphere if it was a bit more tidy. So I'm going to listen to an audiobook while I do a little bit of cleaning and then get back to physically reading once I've finished my weird coffee. I got through loads of cleaning there actually. I feel much better after a big clean. Things just feel a bit more spacious. I obviously have a Diet Coke because what is life without Diet Coke? I also have some mini cheddars, which I feel like is a bit of a throwback. I used to always have mini cheddars in my packed lunch, and they are the best crisps. They're not crisps, they're wee crackers, and they're just the best. And I listened to loads of the Ghosts audiobook, which as it goes on I'm getting more and more into. I only have like an hour and a half left of it, so I think I'll definitely finish it today. Probably when I'm cooking dinner or something like that. But I thought I'd do some actual reading now. I'm going back to Good Vibes, Good Life. I have quite a bit left, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if I just read as much as much of it as I can, then that's going to be a good thing. I've also caught up with Kira and Sarah, and they are doing very well. I really recommend, even if you're not doing it for YouTube or whatever, just having a whole 24 hours doing something, whether it's reading, learning music, or just looking after yourself away from like your phone and technology. I work in social media, so every time I go on Instagram even, I do feel like, oh, I better check like my other social medias that I'm doing for other businesses. So I always feel like as soon as I go on social media, I'm kind of in a work mind, and it's just really not good for me at the moment. It's been really just not a good thing. So I'm going to put my wee heater on because I'm absolutely freezing, and I'm going to read some more of this book. Okay, I just finished Good Vibes, Good Life, and I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars because I kind of feel bad giving it 1 star, because if there is things in here that are going to help people or make them feel more positive, then definitely, of course, it's a good thing. Obviously my whole channel is about anxiety, depression, mental health stuff, self-care, self-love, all of those things. And so for me, I was reading this and I shook my head and I got quite angry, and I just felt like there were so many things in here that were probably quite offensive and just like fat shame me a little bit, and there was just loads of different things in here. I was like, no, 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 no. And that's a real shame. But there were to be honest, there were certain parts of it that I was like, oh, that's nice, or just like reminders of like to gossip less and stuff like that. But even then I kind of felt like there wasn't anything new, or like there wasn't anything in here that I was like, oh, I've never thought about it like that. There was not anything. It was all kind of like, it kind of felt like it was taken from a lot of other books, and I just feel really bad giving such a bad review, especially in a 24-hour readathon for something. But I've got to be honest, especially when I know that a lot of my subscribers also have anxiety and stuff, and so might see this book and be like, oh, I need the good vibes and a good life, because I don't feel like I got either from this book. But if you did enjoy it and there was things in it that you took from it, then that's great. And if you want to read it, then maybe get a second-hand edition, because I don't know, there were parts where I was like, felt like myself getting a bit angry, because I was just like, that's not how people with anxiety and depression need to feel. They don't need to feel like they have to write a gratitude list in order to... There was one point where he said like, you can't feel sad when you've written a gratitude list or something like that, and I was like, yeah, you can. Try me. Yes, Martha? She's meowing. I think she wants to show me something. Anyway, that is my second book read for the readathon. I'm now going to be moving on to one of the books that was delivered today. I'm not sure which one. I think I might go for The 7 Husbands about Evelyn Hugo, because both Kira and Sarah said they've read this and really enjoyed it. So I might go for this one, but I definitely don't think I'm going to be able to read this whole thing when I only have about 4, 5, 6, 7, I only have about 4 hours left. So I don't think I can read this in 4 hours, but I can give it a good old try. I'm looking really tired. I do apologise. I have read 50 pages of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm finding it hard to speak. I've just been reading, obviously, all day. And my brain hasn't worked for a while. Like, it's not... help. But what I wanted to say was, I am absolutely loving this. I can tell this is going to be at least a 4-star, maybe even a 5-star book. I am absolutely loving it. I can't believe I've not read Daisy Jones and the Six. For some reason, I've always thought, I don't know what I've thought. I just thought that I don't know. I don't know. I'm hungry and confused. But I thought I was cut. Oh my god, I can't do this. Brain work. For the next hour or so, I'm going to make dinner. I'm making a green Thai curry. It's one of my favourite things to make and one of my favourite things to eat. And so I'm going to listen to more of Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. Hopefully we'll finish it today. And I'm going to cook it and make it and listen to her reading it to me. And then I'm going to drop a little bit of the curry off with Drew, my boyfriend, because I don't know if any of you feel like this if you live on your own. I always feel like I don't want to make something if I'm going to be the only one eating it, which is probably not a very self-love thing to do. Vex King wouldn't like it. But I always think, like, if you're cooking for somebody else, it gives you that added bit of something nice to cook for somebody else. It's just a nice thing to do. It makes you feel good. So, going to go back to not speaking anymore because I think that's obviously what my lockdown brain needs and is used to. So, gonna listen and cook. It is 7 o'clock. It's actually 8 minutes past 7, which means that this reading challenge is over. I feel like I read quite a lot for me. I finished Heartburn, which was great. There was about 50 pages left of that. I read Good Vibes, Good Life. I finished Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I really liked that book. I say I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. I think I would have preferred it if I had physically read it. Sometimes the audio wasn't like, I just think I would have preferred it physically. But I did really enjoy it. I did really enjoy listening to it. And I think it was my first ever audiobook that I've read from start to finish. And I just think I'm more of a physical book person. But I also read 50 pages of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I am just loving so much. I honestly just cannot wait to find out what happens in this book. It's just amazing. So that is the whole of this readathon over. As you can see, I'm pretty tired. Reading all day makes you tired. And my head is kind of sore, so I'm just gonna chill out, watch some stuff, probably go in the bath in a bit and read more of Evelyn Hugo because it's just amazing. I feel so much better than I did 24 hours ago. Something has really flipped a switch in me. I think just being off my phone for that amount of time has just been really, really good for me. Go and watch Kira's video and Sarah's video. I'll leave them down below because I'm guessing they're going to go up at the same time as mine. And thank you very much for watching this 24-hour readathon. Hope it inspired you to read a little bit. And I will see you next time. Bye!